Hello and welcome to 3-7. Today we're going to be talking about dividing decimals by decimals. And our goal is that you would be able to divide whole numbers and decimals by decimals. Okay, I want you to write this into your notebook, especially with this part right here that says step 1. We're moving the outside decimal until we make a whole number. The hashtag symbol means number. And then if I move this 2 times on the outside of our division box, then I need to move 2 places on the inside of my division box. So I just need to match it. However many spots I needed to move the outside, that's how many I need to move the inside. And then wherever my new decimal is, I just move that up and I divide like normal. I'm not doing anything different with the division. The only tricky part is this decimal stuff. So I will erase my scratch marks here so that you can write this down. Step 1 is move the outside decimals till you make a whole number. Step 2 is move the inside decimals the same amount that you move the outside. And then step 3 is just bring it straight up like we did when we were practicing on 3-6. So let's do some examples. Here I have 3 6/10 divided by 1 2/10. Okay, I want to make the outside number a whole number, so I have to move it 1 spot. Now that is a 12. It's not 1 2/10 anymore. Now it is a 12. I moved it 1 spot. So because I moved the outside number once, I need to move the inside 1 spot and then bring it straight up. That was my 1, 2, 3 steps from the previous slide. So now this is 36 divided by 12. Okay, so 12 goes into 36 3 times. Then I would subtract 36, and I would get 0 left over. So my answer is 3 when I do this division problem. Okay, do you notice how nothing changed? I still did my division exactly the same. It's just those 3 steps before you can do your dividing that we have to watch out for. So let's do the next one. 42 3/10 divided by 12 hundredths. Okay, so I need to move my decimal so the outside is equal to a whole number. So I have to move it twice. Now this is the number 12, so that means I need to do the other one twice. Now here's where things don't really get tricky, but I needed to move it 2 spots because I did 2 on the outside, but there's not a number here. So I need to put a placeholder there. So I'm going to put my 0 in, because there was nothing there anyway, so we have to put a 0 placeholder. So now I'm going to erase all these blue lines. I had to move it twice on the outside, so I had to move it twice on the inside. Okay, so now I'm doing 4,230 divided by 12. Now let's just do our division like normal. 12 goes into 42, 36, 48, so 3 times, minus 36. So when I subtract that, I would get 6. And I will bring down my 3. 12 goes into 63. 5 times would be 60. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 60. And my 3 left over, bring down my 0. 12 goes into 30. 2 times, and that would be 24. And I'd be left with 6 left over. Now, here's where things get a little bit tricky again. I'm left with a remainder, and I don't have anything else to bring down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a 0, and don't forget to bring that decimal point up. Okay, I'm going to add a 0, and I'm going to bring that 0 down, so I get 60. And so then I know 12 goes into 65 times, and it is 60. So now I got my 0. Okay, so we just would keep adding a 0 like I did right here. We would just keep adding a 0 after the decimal point if I have any remainders. All right, let's try another one. 0. After driving 368.5 miles, Julie and her family refilled the tanks of their car with 13 4/10 gallons of gas. On average, how many miles did they drive per gallons of gas? Okay, so I have 368.5 miles per 13 4/10 gallons of gas. Okay. All right, so in order to make my outside number a whole number, I'm going to move the place value once. So that means I have to move it once on the inside and bring that straight up so I don't forget about it. So now I'm doing 134 on the outside. I'm doing 3,685 divided by 134. Okay, so 134 goes into 368 two times. And that is 268. So I have 100 left over. I'm going to bring down my 5. 134 goes into 1,005 7 times, and that would be 938. When I subtract those two numbers, I would get 67. Now, I don't have anything else to bring down, but I still have a number left down here, the 67. So that means I need to add a 0 and bring it down. Okay, how many times does 134 go into 670? And that answer is 5. And it is exactly 670. So now I have my 0. I don't need to bring any more zeros down. If I would not have gotten a 0 down here, then I could have just added another 0, bring it down, added another 0, bring it down. I mean, you can just keep adding zeros because it doesn't change your number. In this case, we didn't have to do that, so you don't have to worry about any of this stuff. But if you were to get to 1 like that, then you would just keep adding your zeros. Okay, so he went, how many miles did they drive per gallon of gas? They drove 27.5 miles. Don't forget your label. There is our answer, and that is all I have for your video today. So please make sure you get that step 1, 2, and 3 down into your notebooks. You don't forget about that before you start doing your long division. And thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.